4:30, we are starting our very first virtual AGM. For your information, I believe BU11H is the very first RA in Bandar Utama to do a virtual AGM. All right.
Hey.
Okay.
Bravo.
Yeah. Yes. So
okay, everybody, just give a round of applause.
So we are into the new norm now. Okay. Hopefully next year the pandemic is over. We can go back to the park and do a face-to-face AGM because it's so much easier for us to see each other and talk. Okay. First and foremost, of course, to a big thank you to my committee. Again, I always say that I'm very blessed, to have the committee who is always committed and dedicated to make our RA a success. And again, in comparison to the other committee at Bandar Utama, I am truly, truly, truly blessed, okay, that we have a very strong working team. Today itself, a very special thanks to David. David is the Zoom master. Last night, we had to do a trial run, so he made sure that everything is working. So it looks like we are off onto a good start with our Zoom meeting. So a big round of applause for David, okay, who is our Zoom master. Come on, come on. Okay. All right, David, can you just go on to the agenda?
Why are you?
Okay. All right, so this is the agenda for the day. I've just basically done my speech. Now, going on, what we'll do here, the business side of things, of course, going through the 2019 report. And the very first thing that we will be doing afterward is the confirmation of the minutes and the audited account. Now, all I need is your support here to have someone come forward, a proposer and seconder, to confirm the minutes and the account, okay? We'll get into that shortly. Next, I will share with you our collection for 2019 and also forward-looking 2020. Looks like our collection for 2020 is a bit better. And then next is to share you the activities that we have done in 2019 and also some update going forward 2020 and beyond. Of course, we have invited a few VIPs. YB Tony Pua. According to Lillian, he has just messaged us that he'll be... Okay, all right. Jamalia, in fact, has confirmed she'll be coming on in 10 minutes. Okay, so this will be the two VIP who will be joining us. Unfortunately, Danny is unable to join us, but he did message us earlier. If there's any question, Lillian will be recording down and we'll be sending it to him. All right, and finally, any other matters. Okay, so that's basically the agenda for our virtual AGM today. So, David, let's move on to the next one, which is confirmation of the minutes of the 4th AGM, which is our last year's AGM. Okay, now, earlier, David said that you can download the actual hard copy onto your notebook or PC and have a quick look of the minutes. So I'm just going to give you maybe about a minute or two. I did send this about 2 weeks ago and also yesterday, and I believe yesterday. I hope you guys have taken some time to review the minutes of the meeting. So I'm just going to give you 1 quick minute. And David, we can actually unmute and unmute everyone. And for those who like to ask any question, please post your question, or you can actually put it onto the chat room also. So 1 minute, everyone, just to go through if you can, and post any questions, should you have any questions. So basically, I just need someone to come forward. Don't be shy. A proposal to confirm the minutes, and then a second. The minutes, of course, just to let you know, is done by my beautiful secretary and my wife. And edited by me also, of course. And after that, we shared it among the committee to make sure that everything is in order. Questions? Okay, that's good. All right. So I'm going to count down, okay, 10 onwards after it. If there's no question, I just need someone to come forward. Okay, counting down 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, I take it that everyone has gone through the minutes and you are happy. So don't be shy. Can someone just come forward to propose to confirm the minutes? Anyone? You can type in the chat group or unmute yourself and then just
propose.
propose Boona.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, Boon.
Boon, can you type in on the chat room?
Okay.
Type in I propose, and then with your name and your address. Thank you, Boon.
Okay, and we have HK Leong second, Lau, sorry, HK Lau seconder. Lau, what's your address, Lau?
2911/4.
Okay, got it.
Okay, Lillian, you are minuting it, Lillian?
Yes, she is. She is. Yes.
Okay. Anyway, just to inform everyone, this session is recorded.
Okay, that was
Very
very
dangerous.
Don't worry, no danger one.
Yeah, BU11 very happy family. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much for the speedy confirmation. The next one is, of course, the audited accounts. So again, this one, yeah, maybe I give you a bit more time because we're talking about dollars and cents here. So you might want to scrutinize the figures a bit more. All right. So, so what we have actually shown here is, of course, the balance sheet, the P&L, and the notes, accompanying notes. So I'm just going to give you a bit of time if you have downloaded to actually review. Okay. Now, our accounts have all along been audited. We use an external auditor by name of R.W. William. They charge us a very good rate, very reasonable rate, and I'm very happy with their services. We've been using them for the past 3-4 years. So our accounts has always been audited.
5 years. 5 years.
5 years are okay. We are nearby at Taman Mega, Mayang there.
Okay. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I've downloaded the in the chat room the 2019 audited account, so you can retrieve the file from the chat room.
Okay, all right. Okay. Okay, David. Tony
Yes.
Kua, I think, has just gone online. Okay.
Okay.
So, all right. Our arrangement with the YB's VIP is once they come online, we will pass the floor to them because they are very busy people. So what will happen here is once upon coming online, we'll pass the floor to them. They'll make their speech, and we will have a short window for a Q&A with them. And shortly after that, they're welcome to stay. If not, they can always go on with the rest of their Saturday's activity. Is he on? Where is he?
His video is not on yet.
Hello.
Hi, Tony.
Hi.
Hi, YB.
Hi, YB. I'm just going to actually spotlight you now.
I can't see myself.
I can see you.
Yeah.
You don't have to see yourself.
Okay, I'm going to spotlight you right now.
Hi.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
I see you. Welcome.
Where are you?
Okay.
Where's this background here?
I'm actually back in Barupat at my parents' place.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I brought my kids back to Barupat because they need to be a green zone before they can go to school. It's a pain, I tell you.
Okay, YB has promised whenever yourself or Jamalia comes on, we will pass the floor to you for you to address us,
Okay.
and then we will have a short Q&A session with you. And
Okay.
you can join our AGM if you would like, but if you are busy with other activities, then you can go on with your rest of the day. Okay.
I wouldn't mind, except I think my phone battery wouldn't last.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. The floor is yours, YB.
Okay. Hi, everyone.
Hi, welcome.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much for the
Yeah.
invite to the BU11 AGM. Not often I join AGMs. Usually we have town hall sessions with the residents, but AGM is convenient time to see everyone. I hope everyone is keeping safe. I know BU, the word utama is a big word in Selangor at the moment.
Yes.
You say you're from Utama, everyone runs away from you. But I'm sure everyone is keeping safe, everyone is keeping well, and everyone is staying protected. I think staying protected means differently these days. I suppose I wouldn't speak too long. I think the big question perhaps on everyone's mind for me is what's happening to the country.
Exactly.
I don't have an answer for you. I really don't. And some of the things that are happening, I can personally, without you reporting to the social media, I will shake my head as well. But such is the times. We will have to take it one step at a time, see what happens, and then decide the move going forward. So we are really in a transition period. It's a fairly painful, long, unwanted transition, but it is a process, unfortunately, the country will have to go through, and hopefully we come out better at the end of it. So perhaps I'll leave the time for any questions that the residents might have to ask or anything else you might want me to speak on. Yeah. Thanks, MK.
Okay. Will there be any big surprises just around the corner, I think?
Number one, if there is, I'm not in the know. Number two, I don't think there is. Number
Okay.
three, I believe that whoever who are calling the shots at the moment are making it up as they go along.
Okay.
So it doesn't matter whether it is Muhyiddin or Zahid or Najib or Anwar, they are making it up as they go along. So,
Oh, dear.
so if that's the case, then it's impossible for the rest of us to actually predict what will happen.
Okay. All right. Like I say, YB has actually opened up the floor to the Q&A. Anyone has any question for YB, you can either just unmute yourself and ask him directly, or you can post a question at the chat room. Anyone? I expected YB to actually share a bit more because I've attended YB Tony's session, and he has lots of war stories, funny war stories to share. Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know what to share at this point in time.
YB, it is Tak Ming here.
Yeah, hi.
If the stories are correct, it seems like Anwar is in cohort with UMNO, and how is it that DAP is agreeable to that?
Have we said we are agreeable? Haven't you read that in a statement that was published by Lim Guan Eng himself during the Sabah general election, Sabah elections, that if it is working with those people who are corrupt, we are not going to be proud of it. The problem for us, even in DAP, is we don't know or we don't have information on what's going on. Anwar doesn't tell us. Anwar just says he has the numbers, trust him. I say, we can trust you, but only to the extent that it doesn't involve working with these guys. So we have made that very clear, whether internally or even in the public statement that we made outside, much to the unhappiness of Anwar. But that's the situation we face. But at the same time, we don't want to be the guy that Anwar or PKL or everyone else blame for spoiling something that might happen. So we just have to just make our positions clear and then sit still and wait. I think that's what we can do at this point in time. There's
Okay.
a question on the LRT, is it?
Yes, that's right. On the chat room, there's a question posed by Robert.
My understanding is there isn't an access to the LRT station from BU side, and that was what the residents in BU wanted or didn't want. Is that perhaps whoever who was it who asking, Robert, is it?
Yeah, Robert. Yeah.
Perhaps Robert, who's asking, you can give some feedback on what exactly does the residents want or don't want with regards to the LRT station, and which LRT station are you referring to? The Bandar Utama one, Damansara Utama one, or the Bandar Utama or Damansara Utama one?
It would be, I presume Robert is referring to the nearest station to BU11 Hatiria, which is just at the F&M school. Okay, all right. So that is the nearest LRT3 station.
That's right.
Which is walkable from our Taman.
Sorry, I'm trying to get the geography correct. Do you know the name of the station? Is that the last terminal? Is that the terminal?
Effingham Station.
Effingham Station.
Effingham Station.
Yeah.
Effingham Station. Oh, the
So
other
next
side.
to the Damansara toll?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
that's
alongside
correct.
the Damansara toll. Yes.
Right along the school.
But it's across the highway, right?
Yes,
No.
parallel to the highway. Yes.
Okay, can I get back to you on this?
It's
something that can be
front
dealt
of
with.
the PKR headquarters.
Yes.
Before
No, that's the
PKR
Merchant Square.
HQ.
That's the Merchant Square.
Yeah.
Merchant Square there, yes.
The
Correct.
Merchant
That's
Square.
not Effingham.
Is it okay. Anyway, it's that particular station.
So,
Anyways,
which is why I need to
if-
know which station are you referring to?
Okay, if I can do a quick interruption, YB Jamalia has just come on board. I think she would be clearer in terms of where is that actual location of that station. Okay, and maybe she can actually help us to shed some light there. Okay. Anyway, a big welcome to YB Jamalia.
Yes,
Good
welcome.
afternoon,
YB.
everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, yeah.
Hello. Welcome.
Hi. How are you all?
Very
Oh,
good.
your background got lots of things, huh?
Because I don't want you to see my actual background.
All right.
Okay, how can I help?
Okay, we can have a joint Q&A session, with YB Tony and also YB Jamalia. There was a question posed by a resident in terms of will there be an access from BU11 Hatiria to the LRT station, which is just next to the F&M school. Okay, how do we get from BU11 Hatiria to that particular station there?
I remember. Can I get back to you on that? That is nearby the Merchant Square site, right?
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay. I will need to check back because I cannot remember correctly if there is any. I remember.
Yeah, let's get back to you on this.
Yeah.
Can do. All right.
The LRT developer is fairly friendly with us, so anything we need, we can request.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
I thought the station is located in Merchant Square.
Merchant Square site.
Rather than Effingham Station, Effingham School, isn't it?
That's
no,
right.
it's nearer to Effingham than Merchant Square.
But it's okay lah. We will check on it
just a
and then
matter
get back to you because we
around
also don't have the exact drawing right now on hand.
Okay. All right. Okay. So any other questions, guys? For YB Jamalia and YB Tony. Okay. If not, why don't since YB Jamalia has just come on board, YB Jamalia, would you like to say a few words before, and then we can get back to the Q&A?
Okay, firstly thanks for inviting me. I think this is probably your first AGM online.
Yes.
So we are like adjusting to the new norms lah, but it's something that we need to do. I'm just gonna give a little bit updates what's happening in our office lah, because some probably wondering, are we still working right now, or what are we doing exactly? So currently, although it's a CMCA period, I believe many offices still opening, like including ours, Pusat Himat, Dun Bandar Utama, and also Damansara, because we are combined as one. So right now, currently, we are handling mainly to disseminate infos lah. Whatever infos that the residents were curious about, they wants to know about updates around Dun Bandar Utama, including the famous cluster Utama and Bah Tropicana right now.
Yeah.
We try our best to get the informations, but actually probably some don't really understand the information. They will not go directly to us. Mainly is between pejabat daerah and also pejabat kesihatan Petaling, but we still can request certain information from them. So I will update everyone from time to time. And also, I just want to let everyone know that throughout this year, we have been helping a lot of families, especially those lower incomes one, or currently they are suffering from no income or loss of jobs. So we are still doing our bantuan makanan, especially around Kampung Kayu area lah. And also actually throughout all the areas under Dun Bandar Utama, or if you are living around but you are Bandar Utama voters also can. If you know anyone that need help, just let us know the information. You can just email it to my email, jamaliadap@gmail.com. Then our office will try to help as much lah. Especially if it's regarding to food items, food aids. We don't want families that suffering from all these basic needs lah. Okay, so if you've got any information previously, I think some of the residents, they even send us certain NGO information that they are under Dun Bandar Utama, but they were taking care of old folks or kanak-kanak anak yatim, but they don't have any bantuan, so also can send us. We will do our best to help lah. Update regarding to the Taman at BU11, I believe probably MK already let everyone know what we have been doing. Last year, we came up with a task grant, which is Taman Selamat Untuk Semua. I just asked Lilian to inform me, like, is the project done? And she told me it's done already, but I believe that it's already briefed just now, right? Probably. Because the schedule say that you all go through what activities happening at 2019 and this year, right? I am not sure. I just joined. But I think overall, Dylan is briefing our pengerusi.
Sorry,
updating the channel.
it's okay. In fact, the solar project has been done. Okay, all right. So it was a joint grant between the TSSS and also Smart Selangor, because we installed overall 18 street lights along the street, 2 at the guard post 1 and 2 in the park. But there's still not enough. There's still a few other back lanes that we need to install more lights. That's why the latest green grant that you asked us to apply, we actually sent in an application for that, and we've included the report also in terms of what we've done previously. Okay. So yes, the first phase has been done, which is the major phase, but we've still got a few more back alleys that we need to actually light up.
Yeah. So I think that the credit needs to go to our chairman as well as the resident associations as well, because they're very actively engaged with us and also keep pushing us, keep lobbying us. So for the task project, we have helped, I think, around 6,000, if I'm not mistaken. But this time around, there are some more BU. This year, we were doing the BU Green Grant. So
Yes.
that is all the projects that related to any green initiatives that you can think of. And again, I think BU Hatiria has applied for the solar lights, right? Yeah. So, but that one is in process. We already closed the date. We need some time because we have so many RA and artists applying with us. But I feel that overall is a very good initiatives to upgrade the whole taman, and that's also the reason why that everywhere I go, I keep saying that it's very important for residents to engage with RAs and also for RAs to engage with the residents. So we actually know what direction, a neighborhood wants to go through. Like, is it more important in terms of security or better tamans, better equipments at the tamans. So I feel actually very happy that we are able to work together and improve or upgrade the taman's situation. I won't be speaking too long. So if there's any other questions related to state, you can just let me know. Previously, I did ask Lillian, and then Lillian told me that people were asking about KIDEX. That one, I'm not sure if Tony answered already or not.
No.
Oh, okay.
KIDEX is, of course, for those who are not aware, is this highway that's going to straddle straddle along the LDP itself, and join the NKVE kind of thing. Okay, so we just want a bit more visibility in terms of what's happening with KIDEX.
Tony, you want to answer or I answer?
Is Tony around, or he has actually?
So basically, actually, we know, I believe everyone knows KIDEX better than me, because most of the residents probably gone through that period, and some of us objected to it previously.
Yes.
So the latest, there was this news that there is this similar project to KIDEX that is coming up. Let me try to find the letter. They actually sent me a letter.
Yeah. There is actually.
Yeah, sorry, YB Tony.
Right. I think in summary, it is an alternative version of KIDEX that is being proposed. Okay, at this stage, is being proposed by the developer, which took into consideration some of the protests that were done previously. So what they have done essentially is routed pretty much all along the Sungai Penchala on PJ side. Now, whether that is viable or feasible, we don't know yet, because we have not seen the plans and how much it will actually affect the residential areas in the Kawasan. So at this point in time, it's a wait and see. Nothing has been approved. Developers, they want to propose it for obvious reasons, and then we at the moment we are keeping a close watch on it and waiting for the information to be shared with us.
Basically, they also sent our Pusat Hima a letter saying that they want to come and meet us to brief us more. I haven't gotten the chance to meet them yet, but probably it's going to happen this month. So if there's any update, I'm going to let everyone know. But previously, we just know that there's this project exists, but we don't know the exact details of it.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Any other questions, guys?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah, Ashok?
Yes, Ashok.
Okay, just two clarifications. One, always have a problem whenever we deal with MBPJ, Majlis Bandaran Petaling Jaya. Because whenever there is an issue, like I give you an example, some couple of months back, somewhere around last year, we had a mosquito problem around our neighborhood. And I lodged a complaint with them to come and check that area, but nothing happened. So when they give us a complaint number, and of course it's very easy to make a complaint because they have the WhatsApp, phone, everything on, But then nothing happens. And then when we call them again, the 24-hour hotline, they refer us back to the health department. So they give us a number to call. We call the health department. Then the health department passes us to the vector department. Then the vector department notes down our complaint, but nothing happens again. Again, when we call after 1 week or so, they again give us the name of the number and the handphone contact of the officer who's in charge of this area. Then only until we call him and keep on pestering him, then finally they come to this area, they check around. Okay, that was good. They detected two areas, houses which were breeding mosquitoes. And unfortunately, the owners were not at home at that time. So they managed to do the search and destroy. But what happens is that the owners didn't know that they were breeding the mosquitoes there. So the thing is, when there is no follow up, the thing starts again. So this is the thing, because they have to understand that either they drop a note into the post box of that owner, said that this house has been inspected and found to be breeding mosquitoes, and they will come again within 2 weeks or 3 weeks to come and check. Otherwise, the owner doesn't know that his place, house is breeding mosquitoes. Okay, that's so one thing is, and also recently we had quite a lot of problem with stray dogs in this area, attacking people and all that. And again, I lodged a complaint. I got a complaint number, but nothing has happened. So it's quite frustrating every time. Keep on calling them, lodging complaint, then they refer you to this department, that department, this officer, that officer, just to get some action out of them. That is the first problem. Second, I just need a clarification. You see, regarding now these COVID cases, I don't know, maybe other people might know about this, but I understand Bandar Utama falls under Petaling Jaya. Then Petaling Jaya again has got Petaling district. And then Petaling district again is broken down into Mukims. So actually, when they report the numbers or figures, sometimes we do not know actually where do we fall under, because there's so much of classification. We are under Bandar Utama is Petaling Jaya, but then we are also under Petaling district, and we are under, I think, Damansara Mukim, if I'm not mistaken. So can you please clarify on that? Actually, where when they report the figures, we don't know if they report Petaling, we do not know, is it Petaling district? Or they say Damansara, is it Damansara district or Damansara Mukim? That's my question.
I will answer the one that regarding to MPPJ first. I'm not sure Tony found out already or not the district Mukim part.
Yeah.
Like he also, I am at the end also a bit confused. Okay, so for the MPPJ issue, this is not just happening recently. I think that throughout many years, things like this happen now when there were complaints that sometimes MPPJ probably they are not responding well enough. So everywhere I go, I just let the RA and RT knows that, usually I will say that if you already got the complaint number and within an acceptable period of time, they still haven't act on it, you can always let your counselor know, and then your counselor can follow up for it. But let's say if you face if you're still facing any problems, you can always let me know as well. You can email it to me. Usually I will respond the email quite fast one. Yeah. So you just let me know the issue, but you don't just CC me. You let me know, like you say that, hi Jamalia, can you help me to follow up with this? Then our Pusat Himat will also try our best to help to follow up lah. If you already lodged a complaint but MPPJ is not replying to you, then we will take it with MPPJ. Yeah. But let me know, like, don't just CC me, because sometimes a lot of people CC me, I'm not sure whether they want me to take action or how. Yeah. But usually you can also ask your counselor. So regarding to the stray dogs issue, actually certain issues I'm working with Lillian, we are trying to solve it lah. Yeah, and our office also provided some funding to solve certain stray dog issues, and I think Lillian is actively helping as well. She's trying to ask people around to adopt certain stray dogs or cats to become pets. Probably later Lillian can say like what initiatives have been done. And if you've got any extra issues, you can just let us know. We will try to see what other things we can help with. Yeah. Oh, the Mukim one.
Yes. Okay. With regards to the method which the Ministry of Health classify cases. They go by the land office classification of areas. So don't go by city councils. Ignore the fact that you are MBBJ or ignore the fact that you are from Bandar Utama. Just go to the old land office system of daerah and mukim. For those who are perhaps not so aware, if you take out your land title, it will tell you your land is in daerah Petaling. And for Bandar Utama, if I'm not wrong, you're right at the border, you would be in Mukim Damansara. So there's no Petaling Jaya, it's daerah Petaling. So daerah Petaling is actually very, very big. It goes all the way to Puchong, nearly Sri Kembangan, and up to Shah Alam. So it's a huge area. There are 3 Mukims. One is Mukim Damansara, where BU is in. The other one is Mukim Petaling, which is why it's confusing. You have a daerah Petaling, and within daerah Petaling, there's a Mukim Petaling. And the third one is Mukim Bukit Raja, which is nearer the Shah Alam site. So there are three Mukims within the daerah. Now, MOH actually...
Sorry, jump in a bit. There's also Sungai Buloh, which is also part of Petaling district. So there are 4 actually.
Yeah, sorry, 4 Mukims. Okay, correct. Stand corrected. And then the measures for MOH, they track by 2. One, they track for the entire Petaling. The way they track for the entire Petaling is number of cases over the past 14 days. So this is the reason why Petaling, daerah Petaling was very quickly last Sunday or Saturday, we were classified as a red zone. Because over 14 days, the number of cases for the entire daerah was above 40 cases, 44 cases then, if I'm not wrong. Even though within each Mukim, they also track cases within each Mukim, number of cases under treatment. So it's a different definition. Under Mukim, they measure number of cases under treatment. And for number of cases under treatment, actually at that point in time on Sunday last week, the number of cases for each of the Mukims were less than 10. So hence the confusion. Why in Mukim Petaling there's only like 8 cases, we are considered red zone when the Mukim category is yellow. No, daerah was red, Mukim was yellow. So the big one was red, Mukim was yellow. So there was quite a fair bit of confusion then. But essentially, those are 2 measures. And the reason why they use the daerah measure is because they feel that the 14 number of cases is a more accurate depiction of the latest situation within the daerah, as opposed to number of cases under treatment. Perhaps people recover very fast or something like that. So hence, that's the way they measure, and that's why Petaling is classified as red. I have some issues over why they use an arbitrary number like 40 to classify as red, as opposed to maybe 80 or 200, or a certain percentage of the population. But I think that's a debate or discussion for another time. At this point in time, I think MOH is in no position to discuss definitions and terminologies. So they use 40 for Petaling, which is somewhat unfair for Petaling because Petaling is actually very populous as a whole. So if it is really just 40, then it's actually a very small percentage of the population, as opposed to say 40 in a rural daerah where it may be a significant proportion of the population.
Okay, there's a couple of questions in the chat room. If you can just focus your attention to the screen in front of you. A question from Kiao Wong. Yeah, it says, YB, is the interest of the Rakyat best served by having an election now, and will it be able to be resolved by such an election?
I can only tell you that myself and the position of my party, it is very, very clear. We do not want an election now. So that's the position we want, and that's why we can only act one step at a time based on what the other sides are doing, and doing whatever we can to avoid having to go into an election. That's, I suppose, what I can say for now. That's our position. We don't want an election.
Thank you. The next question is, Okay. Yeah, it's from Robert. So actually, he's just raising his concern. Okay, yeah. Question from Danny. Do you have any further info to share on the current virus situation on our area? Will there be more increase in the numbers of cases around our area?
I think, oh, never mind, Tony answer.
Sure. You can go ahead.
No, I think currently if it's under Dun Bandar Utama, the biggest cluster will be Bar Tropicana as well as cluster Utama. But most of the cases right now, a lot of the workers are under quarantine and a lot of already also have been cleared. They are actually negative. I cannot tell you will there be more increase. I feel that if we are not really following SOP and if we are not controlling the situation, the cases will be increasing. But actually, a lot of residents ask me where the cases are happening. We want to avoid those areas and those places. But actually, you cannot avoid all the areas and places because you also cannot, how to say, we cannot check exactly where they have went before, which public area they have gone before. So the best advice is also to always to keep social distancing and follow the SOP. To know where exactly are those cases at. Me personally, I don't think it will help much. But currently, because most of the cases, they are still under control and we know exactly where they are. So we just need to play our part. I don't know what Tony wanted to say just now.
I think we all saw from the numbers that the numbers from Petaling essentially from the two big clusters. One was Bar Tropicana and the other one was Utama cluster. The good thing that doesn't give us any reason to be complacent, but the good thing about these two clusters are the Tropicana cluster is essentially contained within the hostel of the workers. That's number one. And the good thing about the Utama cluster, even though it's quite big, 100 over people, it was actually identified very quickly. It bumped up if you track every day. I'm sure everyone reading the news every day. It suddenly go up by 100 over people in one day. And the reason for that is because the management of One Utama actually took the trouble to screen 6,000 people, workers, some of the patrons of the shopping center, as well as all the contacts of all the people who were infected in One Utama. That included people outside of One Utama. So essentially, because of the actions they took, it was very quick that these 100 people, and the biggest being the security guard company, were tracked and contained and quarantined. So instead of waiting for other people to get infected and other people to show symptoms before the additional contacts were tested, we very quickly got these 106 people tested, as in identified, quarantined, as well as treated. So hopefully that will play a big role in containing the spread from this particular cluster. We still have to all be careful. We still have to take our precautions. Don't travel unless we need to travel. Make sure when you travel, keep your mask on, wash your hands. And I think hopefully in about 2 weeks, the numbers will clear in Petaling.
Okay, thank you so much, YB. Next question from Adela. All right, talking about developers, can you brief us on the status of the proposed mixed-use development next to the big traffic light? Proposals that's very close to the junction with little setback. There doesn't seem to have any traffic studies done by the developers.
Which one is this? Which project is this?
This one is about the proposed. Adela, would you want to?
In front of Effingham School, between Effingham School and Lebo Bandar Utama.
Effingham School and Lebo Bandar Utama.
By, I think the Bandar.
It's Bandar BUCC proposal, is it?
Yeah, BUCC proposal, yeah.
Yeah, we were also asking info for that one. We haven't gotten it.
Okay.
Someone previously asked me similar questions as well, but Jabatan Kejuruteraan haven't gotten back to us.
Okay, right.
Okay, let's have two more questions because we have to go on
Okay,
with our
so
AGM.
two more questions. All right. YB Jamalia, good to see you again. Will there be a voter registration exercise in BU area?
Previously we have when the COVID pandemic situation is not as bad as it's now. So we had it at the shopping malls around 1U and also Starling Mall. But nowadays we stopped for a while. If there is any, I will be informing everyone. Yeah.
Okay,
but
thank you.
Currently, the voters still you need to be above 21 years old.
Okay, not 18, huh?
Not yet.
One thing though, even though there's no exercise, so to speak, at shopping malls and so on, you can actually come by our office to get registered.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, thank you, YBs. Last question, I'm sorry, resident, because the chairman has already located only last two questions. YB, BU11 Community Center and hall building is pretty completed. When will it be opened? And what is the center primarily used for and who will manage it?
I've asked this question not long ago to our pengarah kemasyarakatan. Currently, they say that even after CMCO, they are not expecting it to be open soon because they have certain issues with the utilities. But he did not let me know the exact information. He said that he'll need to wait the information from Jabatan Kejuruteraan. So they are not going to open soon. Probably it's going to be next year. Who is going to take care of the center? They're supposed to have a discussion together with the councillor, Jabatan Kemasyarakatan, and so on. They haven't decided on it yet because they need to settle the utilities issue first. Yeah. So if there is any updated information, I will let our chairman and everyone know about it. But for now, I think this year they're not going to be opening it. It probably will be dragged until next year.
Okay, all right. I'm sure you guys have lots of questions which I see in the chat room. We will record it down and we will direct it to YB Jamalia accordingly for those questions that it's related to her or to YB Tony also. Okay. Or to Danny also. Unfortunately, Danny, our counselor, is unable to join us. So do not worry. We would record down all the questions and then direct it to the right parties. All right. So I think that's pretty much it in terms of this Q&A session with our respective YBs. Any final words from YB Tony and YB Jamalia?
Not for the moment. Everyone stay safe. And we will see each other again once all these crazy things passes by.
And with me, I feel the most important thing is that everyone really have to follow the SOP. Yeah, and then keep social distance within each other, because a lot of these cases actually we got infected is because of we are not really keeping up with the SOP. Yeah, so I just hope everyone can be safe. That's the most important thing.
All right. Okay. Thank you. I just want to say a final words, especially a special thank you to YB Jamalia. Okay, since she has come on board, we've been interacting with her and our office, and her office has been very responsive. So I'm happy with regards to the relationship that we have actually developed with her and our office people over the past 2-3 years that you have come. It's so past 2-3 years that you have come aboard, I think. All right. So time has flown, and I'm very happy. Not just BU11 Hatiria, but I think in general Bandar Utama also. Okay, that they've actually found working with you and your office people very how to say
because BU also very active.
Yeah, we are always demanding money from Adun itself.
We will try our best.
And of course, also Tony also. In fact, Tony, I was very surprised when we actually sent this invite to you that you were free to actually come on board.
Why not? If I'm available, I'll come on board.
Fantastic. Okay. There'll be more invites then. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, everyone. Let's do a big round of applause for YB.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Thank you, Bobby.
All right. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can everyone can you turn on your video, and I just want to take a group photo with everyone. Right.
All right.
Together
Okay.
with
Everyone.
YB, Tony, and
Show
Jamalia.
your
Can
face. Show your
everybody turn
face.
on your video? Okay. Yeah. Everybody, just turn on your video for a while. Don't worry. I will move on to the next page afterwards. All right. Okay. Everybody, turn on your video. Just another 30 seconds for everybody to turn on your video. Just want to take a picture.
This is truly the new norm of meetings in these troubled times.
Yeah, welcome to the new norm. Okay, so okay, I'm just going to give another 10 more seconds for the rest of you to turn on your video. Okay. All right. At the count of 3, 2, 1, everybody smile and give a thumbs up. Okay, smile, give a thumbs up. 1, 2, 3. Okay, next one. Okay, everybody give a thumbs up, smile. Miss Chu, cannot see you, Miss Chu. Okay, all right, 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much.
Okay, no. The rest of you, the residents stay by, don't go away. Only YB and YB Tony and YB Jamalia. Okay, thank you very much again for
bye, everyone.
joining our meeting. All right. Okay. All right. That went pretty smooth. Like I said, I'm really happy that both YB took the time to join us. They are very busy people. So I think the new norm of meeting up via Zoom itself makes it a bit more easier for them. Okay, let's get back to our business. We were at the audited accounts. So I hope that you have some time to review the accounts. I'll give you another minute just to review the accounts before we take entertain any question that you might have. Okay, you can again post it onto the chat room, or if you want, you can just unmute and then ask the question. As David has mentioned, he has actually posted the chart of the audited account. You can download onto your notebook or PC to review it personally, because it's a bit too small to be seen on our screen. Okay. While you're reviewing, I can just basically share to you one key thing. Our reserve has increased. So our books are pretty healthy. We are pretty, how you say, conservative. Okay. We are pretty tight with our pocket, so we don't spend unnecessary. And if we do spend, we do not touch the security fee. What we do here is if we do need to spend, we actually try to write into Danny, the counselor, or Adun for whatever funds, so that they can help subsidize our project, I think. So we make it a point not to touch our security fee, and that's strictly for paying our security expenses.
Okay, for everyone who have any questions on the audited account, you can unmute yourself, state your name, turn on your video, and ask MK or our treasurer Ashok.
Yeah, Ashok, yeah.
You can just unmute yourself, state your name, and ask and post your questions. Anyone? Okay, I'm just going to give another 15 more seconds before we move on
questions.
to the.
Yeah.
Seriously, I think you want to ask them some questions. It's always good to have a check and balance.
Would it
I
be
say that
possible for you to sort of read out some of the key highlights? Because
Sure.
to be frank, we can't see it on the thing,
Mm.
and I apologize, I didn't download it from earlier.
All right, fair enough. Thanks, Tang Ming. Okay, let me just share some highlights here. First and foremost is, of course, the collection fee from 2018 to 2019. As you can see, there has been an increase. The increase is more because we have increased the fee from 650 to 700. So it's just a natural jump, okay, in terms of the fee collected from 2018 to 2019. So that is one of the key points. The other one is there has been some reclassification. We used to have just a donation or contribution journal and account. So I realized that it is not representative because grants also goes into that particular journal. So we have decided in 2019 to set up a separate journal account called grant so that we can actually park the entries properly. So under the other income, you can see that there is still the donation where we get contributions from, let's say, for example, YB. Okay, we ask her for the stray dogs, funds for stray dogs. That one there goes into that donation or contribution. Whereas for grants like the TSS or the Smart Selangor, that goes into the grants. Okay, so we have done a bit more better classification of the journal entries for some of these contributions and grants. So it's clearer for us to explain it out. What else is there? So the key item here is the main project that we did last year was, of course, the solar lights. So you can see under the so-called security expense there's been a big expense about 10 over K. So again, this is coming from the grants. Let's see now what else in terms to highlight. All right, under the grant also, as you may know, or for those who are not aware, BU11H actually took part in the MPPJ Sustainable City Award, and we were declared so-called the SDG 11 champion. And for that itself, we were given a 10K grant. And we were supposed to use that grant in 2020. The grant was given in late 2019, if not mistaken, I think. But unfortunately, or before we could actually do anything, the COVID came in March and we couldn't really do anything. So that 10K is still sitting in our accounts and we haven't activated anything in terms of the funds. But the good thing is the MPPJ has not chased us for it. So the fund will just stay in there until this COVID thing dies down a bit, and then we will use the funds for our SDG 11 project. The SDG 11 project is very much sustainable cities and communities. So we're trying to see what we can do in making Bandar Utama specifically more sustainable with regards to, we're looking at very much the last mile. Okay, in terms of, let's say, from your house, you want to go to MRT station. How easy or how accessible would it be for you to make your way to those in the MRT station or even into the commercial precinct? So one of the way where we're looking at like green lanes, bicycle green lanes, and we were also exploring this Beam e-scooter. In fact, if the AGM was actually held today at the park, we wanted the Beam e-scooter people to come by and then demo to you how to use the e-scooter. The e-scooter is very much like ride sharing. You just basically use the e-scooter, let's say from maybe our Bandar Utama Park, and then you can actually ride it to MRT station and drop it there. Okay, and of course they charge you by per km. So we were supposed to actually have a demo today, but unfortunately because we switched to virtual meeting, we are not able to do it. So I've actually spoken to the Beam e-scooter people that we will try to find some time in the very near future and have an activity at Bandar Utama BU11 here. And then you guys can come forward and see how to, use the scooter to get around Bandar Utama. In fact, they are actually looking at the whole of Bandar Utama in terms of some pickup and drop off point for their e-scooter. So look out for that. That's going to happen hopefully in the very near future. Okay, so I don't think I have much to share in terms of our audited account. The bottom line is we are healthy. Our carry forward is on. It looks good. Okay, it looks good. And we've been using our funds as much as we can to put into FD to earn some interest.
All right. There is a note from Cole, one of our company member. It says, just for update, the actual income from resident security fees collected is not enough. But I think we must give our thanks to MK. Been getting a lot of grants and all this. So we got our surplus due to other sources from ADON, MP and MPPJ. All right. And Robert have a question, all right, MK? It's similar to a bicycle rental we had before. In the end, the bicycle was all left over in Taman.
That's right.
I mean, I can't comment on that, right?
Yeah, that's the old bike project. Okay.
Okay.
This is slightly different. That's okay. Let me just
now,
comment on that. Okay. Let me quickly comment. The old bike system, the O has not OLD but just old bike. There's this project that was done by old bike a while back but was unsuccessful. The Beam e-scooter is different in the sense that you need to pick up from designated station and drop off at destination station. Okay. And if you don't do that kind of thing, in fact, your account will be, still be active and will be charged accordingly. Okay. All right, David, you want to say something?
No, I'm just going to say now. If there's any questions, any more questions, I'll need somebody to second the propose and second.
Okay. Yep. Okay. Let's get on to that. Our proposal and seconder, anyone?
Yeah. Can you please put it in the chat?
Yeah. Don't be shy. Let's move on because there's other things on our agenda we need to cover also.
Anybody?
Proposal.
Tak Ming.
Tak Ming, thank you, Tak Ming. Seconder.
Chu Su Lian.
Adela. Yeah. Okay, all right, great.
Adela. Okay, thanks.
We have done with the business end of things. Now, basically, we're going to get into the report side. Okay, David, if you can just get back to our slides.
Yep.
Okay, a bit of report card just to show you where we stand in terms of collection over the past so-called 3 years. You can see that we are slowly increasing despite we increase our rate to 700. Okay, the residents has been supportive. And you can see that the number of people paying has increased from 312 to 320 and 323. Okay, all right. We hope that going into 2021, we can even increase our collection. All right. Now, there was one case of break-in in 2017. It was the corner house at 11/3. What happened was previously he had a lot of trees at the site there. And this burglar just jumped over his fence, broke in through the glass sliding door and took off with some cash, watches, and computer mobile. Apparently, he has been spotting this house for a while because he knew that this person actually goes off for dinner to his parents' place, which is just behind. So within an hour itself, that burglar broke in. Okay. So actually, this is very much the first case of a successful break-in. We do have attempted break-in previously, but they've never been able to get into the house successfully. But anyway, our commitment to all our security members, just to reiterate, should your house be broken in, touch wood not, okay, we will waive your security fee for the subsequent year. Okay, and as for this person here, he's not paying the security fee for 2020. So this is our commitment to our security members now. All right. We are able to give the commitment because over the past year, we know that our security record has been pretty good. So we don't mind giving that so-called commitment, that guarantee to our residents, especially our security member. That should a break-in happen, I think the next year fee, we will waive it. Okay. So So that is our basically security track record and our stats. If there's no question, let's move on to the next slide. This is the series of activities over 2019. Starting in January 6, every year, for the past few years, we have been giving ang pao to our guards, $50 for the guards, including the supervisors also. And on 13 January, this is a Bandar Utama project. This was a huge one, CNY Carnival plus the Jom Kayu. Jom Kayu is a cycling event where we organize a big cycling event for the riders to actually ride around Bandar Utama. Now, some of the activities I've highlighted is just not specific to Hatira. Some actually joint projects with Gembira, and some are big projects at Bandar Utama. Now, the third one is a local project, CNY Spring Cleaning and Recycling. Again, let me give credit to David. He actually coordinated with the MPPJ to organize for them to come over to do the spring cleaning exercise. Remember, you had to put up your discarded furniture, electrical goods in front of the house. They will come by and pick it up. So that is our CNY spring cleaning. And we did that. We'll be doing that every year, okay? Next is we had a Teh Tarik dialogue session with the PDRM community outreach team in April. It's their initiative where they go around to talk to various Taman or rather RA to for us to share with them if there's anything that they wish to improve in providing their services to the Taman. Next is in last April, we had the BU Cup, the badminton tournament. Of course, we were the champion. I'll share you the slides after that. That was the very first inaugural tournament. And then there was 2 back-to-back fire safety awareness program. One was with Gembira in July, and then there was a big one at Bura at the community center. And here, the third one, the September one, first and second, is the installation of the solar lights at the back lane. This fund came from the Smart Selangor and also from the TSS grant from YB Jamalia. So as you can see in the back lane, wherever you are staying, you will see some solar street lights. There's still some back lanes that we need to still install. And what has happened is YB Jamalia has this green grant. I've applied for it. So I'm waiting for a positive response from her so I can get the grants to install more street lights at some of the other places where it needs the lighting. Then in September, there's this mini nursery near the junction of Road 1 and Road 5. It started off with the Sunflower project. It's actually maintained by one of the residents there, okay? In October, there was a major carnival, the Rasa Sayang Carnival at Bandar Utama. And finally, the Mid-Autumn Festival with Gembira. The previous year, we did it over at our site. And then last year, Gembira hosted this event. This year, okay, so that's basically the 2019 activities. This year has been pretty quiet because of the COVID. So from March onward up until now, we have not done any activities, in all honesty, but we should not anyway, okay? All right, so that's it. Next slide, David. All right, so this is us, BU11 Hatira. We were the first inaugural champion for the badminton tournament. And being the champion, we have been given the task to organize the next one. We were supposed to be this year, and because, like I say, because of the COVID, it's not going to happen this year. We will defer it to 2021. So as you can see, myself is there, and David is also there. So the committee also took part in this event. So hopefully we can bring the cup back again next year. I think we got a pretty strong team. The other Taman, they really fear us, okay? Okay, all right, next. Okay, okay, this one here is more closer to home. So if you do have any questions, do at the end voice out any questions that you have or put it into the chat room, okay? First and foremost, security operation. Good to say for 2020, no break-in, all right? Our guard post hours have been so-called changed accordingly in light with the COVID-19. But currently, as it stands, guard posts at Road 1 and Road 12, we are closed from 10 p.m. until 6 a.m. All right. So I think for those who have been staying here for a while, you would be aware of that. And guard post 7 is open 24 hours. But again, we will change accordingly depending on the COVID situation. At the moment, we are in CMCO, so nothing has changed yet. Okay, let's hope it doesn't worsen. If it worsens, we will probably have to tighten the control a bit more. Now, there's something also interesting in terms of the security contingency plan. In fact, it should be called security continuity plan. Now, just to share with you, our guards, they actually are staying in a house, a rented house in BU12 prior to the COVID situation. So we have 2 shifts, and each shift takes their so-called 12 hours rest period at the house. So what happened was when the COVID came into and hit us, kind of thing, we, between us, Hatiria, Gembira, and BU12, we felt that to have the full guard services in one house, that is a bit of a how you say, it's difficult. If one of the guards do get infected, the whole guard situation will be affected. So what we did was we actually rented another property over at BU12. So we now split the day guards to one house and the night shift guard to another house. So they do not interact with each other. And this has worked very well. So we've just extended for another 6 months in light of the current CMCO. Was initially for 6 months from April up until October. But because of the increased number of cases, we have actually extended the rental for another 6 months. So this is our security contingency plan to counter the COVID situation here so that our guards remain safe themselves. Okay. The other thing is the perimeter fencing near the corner of Road 1 and Road 7. Near the kindergarten there, as the picture shows that what we've done here, we've actually put the security fencing because there is a gap near the childcare center where you can actually walk from there to the other side. So we've decided to put the fencing so that strangers cannot access our area anymore from that corner there. Next is planning to install more solar lights. As I mentioned, we hope that the green grant from YB Jamalia, she approves it, and we'll use that to install more lights at the back lane and maybe the park also. Okay, next is, as promised last year, we wanted a chat group. Previously, we had the Google News group. So we have set up the chat group. So currently, we have about 138 so-called person on the chat group. And again, strictly here for community-related matters. So I'm pleased to say that our residents have been using this platform very well. So I don't see other messages except for community-related messages. So keep up the good work. For those who wish to be in the chat group, just let me know. We will add you in. Right? Bear in mind, this is strictly for security members. Okay, flooding. Okay, this one here is our ex-treasurer, in front of ex-treasurer. Now, due to the construction of the LRT station near the school, it has affected the so-called drainage or area over this site. We're still trying to resolve this with Muda Jaya and MPPJ. So this is an ongoing thing. This is ongoing. I hope that by the time they finish the construction, the drainage would have improved. At the moment, because of the ongoing construction, the muddy water is now flowing over this site. So we will monitor this, or rather we will be in constant communication with Muda Jaya and MPPJ. Hopefully we can resolve this matter. All right, the next one is the stray dogs that was just brought up, I think. Now, a few dog lovers, including Lillian, they initiated their own campaign. They raised funds from their own money, from their own pocket. And there is this young teenager, you can see the picture there. Her name is Charlotte, and her mom, they actually did a cookie bake for the residents, and they actually got the father and the son to do the delivery around the neighborhood. So she managed to raise 1,385. Okay, so kudos to Charlotte, a young teenager. And she also was involved in actually trying to catch the dogs also. But we also applied to Arjun and MPPJ for grants. They did actually give us the grants, about 2,000 and 1,005. Stay on that slide, David. Okay. So it's still not enough to actually spay, and a dog to at the vet and so on. It takes close to about $500 to $600, I think. Okay. So we've actually been successful, if not mistaken. Okay, let me look at the stats here. According to Lillian, at Hatiria, 9 dogs and puppies were caught, neutered, and rehomed. Okay, treated and rehomed. At Gambira, 3 dogs were caught and neutered, and 16 puppies was rehomed. Okay, not only the dogs, cats also. We actually caught 3 female cats and got them neutered, and likewise 7 kittens was also rehomed. So it is a major effort to handle the stray. So we will work together again closely with Adun and MPBJ to try to resolve this. Okay, do come to help out. Okay, I do see a lot of messages in our Telegram chat group. I just hope that we don't be keyboard warriors lah. Okay, just comment, but and not put your effort in. So we do have a group of pet lovers who's willing to help out. So if you can, do chip in. Okay. All right, the dog poo situation. It's tough. We have irresponsible owners. So I'm not too sure how we can address that. The only thing I've shared here is, if you know the dog owner and you see the poop, just collect the poop and then just drop it in front of the house. All right. And for responsible dog owners, please do pick up your own dog's poop and walk your dog away from the public areas. There are some areas where the kids or the residents do not go into. So just walk your dogs in those areas, and they can do their business there. If you can pick up, by all means. All right. So you can see it's actually tough. You can see there's a picture there where we have the dog's lover, looking under the car trying to catch the dogs. It is a very tough job. All right. Thanks, David. Next one. Next slide, David. Okay. There are still abandoned cars around our area here. So please do take the pictures and the location and send it to MPPJ. I do know it's a pain to deal with MPPJ, but they are the authority here to handle this. Previously, they do have some issues in terms of abandoned cars. The area where they park, where they put all the abandoned cars, it's already overflowing. So, but do report to them, and we will try to follow up with Adun and Danny on this matter. There are still a few. I do know there's at least about 3 or 4 cars still around, but I'm not too sure whether it's actually totally abandoned or the owner's just putting it there, kind of thing. All right. But no harm in taking the pictures and then sending up the MPPJ. They will put a notice onto the windscreen. And if by some time they don't, hopefully the MPPJ will come by and pick up the cars. Next is the accident at the cross junction 11/5. There was one major one, a pretty nasty accident between the lorry and the van. As you can see from the picture, both were, I believe, driving pretty fast. What happened was, as the lorry, is it lorry or truck, whatever kind of thing, slammed into the side of the van and flipped the van. And the van actually knocked into one of the residents' car at the junction. So please, do drive slowly. These are all inner roads within the residence area. So please drive slowly, not only the outside vehicles, but residents, please, if you can, drive slow. We do have a school and a couple of kindergartens around us. Next slide.
MK,
yes.
Melvin from our security has a question. He says, is there any questions about security?
Okay, okay, Melvin, of course, I've invited Melvin and Anas to join on board. So I think he probably needs to be off to somewhere. Any questions posed to the security people, by all means? If not, I'll just wait for you to post lah. While that, we go on to the next slide. I think the final slide, David. Okay, all right. I think just now YB Jamala gave the update on the community center. I thought it would be end of this year. Looks like it will be will be moved to next year in terms of the. In fact, it has been completed. The CF, maybe the CF is the only thing outstanding. But based on what YB has mentioned just now, looks like it's most likely going to be next year. Okay, the BU11 Hachira Park upgrade. Okay, David, I'll pass it to you again because you're the key person to do all the park upgrade here. Okay.
It's okay, MK, you can carry on.
Okay, all right, okay. All right, since we had some funds from the Adun and MPPA, we decided to do a bit of an upgrade at our park. So we invested in the basketball netting, but unfortunately, some kids decided to do some fancy slam dunk. I think it has tore the netting out again, you know, within a couple of weeks. So we're not going to put any more netting, all right? We have actually got a contractor to construct 2 futsal goal posts. So it's already being used by the kids. I can see the happy pictures of the kids playing football there. The next one is this volleyball practice. David himself has volunteered to be the so-called game master, and we have invested in a few volleyballs, but because of the COVID, he hasn't initiated any practice yet. So once we are in happier times, he will announce, and then he can get the kids to join him in some volleyball practice. Okay, painting. Beside the benches, earlier this morning, David also tried badminton at the badminton court and said that we need to paint the lines on the badminton court. So yes, so the next project will be this, painting the badminton court lines on the badminton court at benches and shelter. All right, so we will take some funds and we will let it be a mini community project. We will launch it and hopefully people can come on board to help us. We just need manpower, honestly. Okay, we will supply the brushes and the paint. Just help us with the painting. All right, next.
MK.
Yes. Insun, you want to say something?
Yeah, for the badminton court, I think it's a very good initiative, but no point painting because why? The irrigation after heavy rain on the badminton court is really bad. And I would say nearly half of the badminton court is flooded. Okay. So in my opinion, if you repaint the badminton court, but we don't correct the irrigation, the badminton court will be flooded and the paint will come off and we have to do the whole thing again. I think that the first thing we should do is to correct the irrigation because every time it rains, the whole place flooded.
Okay, noted. Right. Noted. We will see what we can do. All right, we'll see what we can do to tackle the drainage issue there. But in the meantime, you know, if it doesn't cost too much just to paint the lines there, all right, I'm sure it will go off after a while. But you know, I'm still fine in painting the lines on the court, but we'll look into the drainage issue. Right, going to the last matter, the others. As you know, there is a group of Qigong practitioners. We actually initiated Qigong sessions on Monday and Friday at 8 p.m. and on Sunday at 7:30. So Lillian and myself actually joined it a few times, so it's actually quite interesting. So do look out for it. It's posted on the Telegram group. So they will announce it when we will come back on again after the CMCO. Next, for the residents staying along the road 1A, 2, and 3, next week, the TMB is going to do a upgrade at the substation. So be aware on 21st, 22nd, there's no cutoff. There's no cutoff per se. There's just a bit of a downtime. On 21st, they will start their work at about 10 o'clock. They will switch to the generator. Now, this switch over to the generator, there will be a bit of a downtime. According to them, it can be anywhere between 15 to 30 minutes. So take note, on the 21st, around 10-ish in the morning, they will be there to do the upgrade. There will be a short downtime. It'll be a 24 hours work. And on the 22nd, again, when they switch over to the substation power, from the generator, again, there will be a short downtime, again, about 15 minutes to 30 minutes. So look out for this, especially for residents staying on 1A, 2, and 3. Okay, the other thing is the last one is this plank across the back of the nursery or the mice land. We realized, which is right in front of Mr. Ng's house, some so-called enterprising nursery people have hijacked the mice land and started their own farming. And they've also created a bit of an access road from our road 1 into that back area there. So for those who actually stays there, you can see that they've actually put a plank across the drain there. I've actually taken the pictures and sent it across to Danny. Again, it will take a while for them for some actions. I'm not too sure whether that's going to impact security, because it's the plank is basically for bicycle to come in from road 1 into the back of the nursery area, not the other way around. Okay, so I'm not too sure that it will be a security breach itself. Okay. Okay, I think that's that's my last slide. Okay, David, next one. Okay, any other matters? We have 5 more minutes before our 6 o'clock, but I'm willing to entertain as many questions as I can. Okay, so it's open to the floor. You can unmute if you want to ask me any questions or ask the committee any questions.
Yeah, hi MK, Samuel here. Just to add on the corner of BU11/1, I have seen people actually coming from the nursery Indian temple side into 11/1 and vice versa. So it would be a security concern actually, because now there is a back lane access to come into our neighborhood.
Okay, all right, noted, Samuel. I will highlight this to Danny, and let's see what sort of actions we can take. All right.
Yep.
Any other questions?
MK.
Yes.
Just to
yes.
CTR. Just to find out, is it true that the free water allocation of 20 cubic meter has been terminated?
I can't answer that question. I will note it down and I will ask Danny about it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Yes, you need to pay already, Aoyong.
Yeah. Yeah. In fact,
no more free.
Yeah, for many years we get free water supply, you see, and there is no more. They want to confirm is it true?
The water supply free for since 2008. This year onward, you need to pay.
I see. Okay, good. That's confirmed already. In other words, yeah.
Okay, thanks, Cole. Cole is a community member. Okay. Anyway, try to conserve your water. Okay. Bathe together. Mr. and Mrs. Aoyong. Mr. and Mrs. Aoyong, bathe together. Okay.
Bathe together.
All right. Any other questions?
There's one question, MK.
Yes.
If you look at the screen from Fadil, due to cluster Utama COVID-19 results show quite a number of affected are from security guards. Do we get our security guard tested for COVID as well?
Yes, we do have our security guard tested. All right. If I'm not mistaken, because there are batches of security guards, so I think there may be 1 or 2 more batches left, I think itself, to be tested. Yes, they are tested. But just to share what I've said earlier in terms of our security contingency plan, where BU11 is concerned, our night shift and our day shift are now staying in separate houses. Okay, so they do not interact. So hopefully by that itself, they will not so-called cross-contaminate.
Okay, one more question from, just follow. Robert said, how often are they tested?
I will have to get back to you. I do know they're being tested. I have to get back to you on that. Okay.
Okay. Question from Boone. What is the plan for the old guard house along Road 1? It seems to be a bit of an eyesore.
Okay. Okay, what's happening is the enterprising residence who's actually doing the nursery there, he's using it as like a shed. Okay. The door is removed, partly removed. So I don't think we're going to tear down the structure. It's still a nice structure. So what we'll do here is maybe let him use it as a storage area, and maybe have a better door for it. So let me talk to the residents there. His name is Jimmy. Let me see what we can do to have a better care of that so-called guard house there. at the moment, I do know he's using it like a storage area.
Okay. So our resident, do you have any more questions for our chairman? Otherwise, we will close. The time now is 5:59.
Just hang on. Back to the security contingency plan. I did mention that they are split into another house. We're actually sharing the house rental between, in fact, 5 parties. Okay, BU11 Hatira, BU11 Gembira, BU12, and even the security company. Okay, they are sharing the expenses of our house. And also, there's this Surya Utama apartment over at BU12. They are actually using the security guards also. I think 2 guards there. So it's actually split between 5 parties. So on a monthly basis, we pay $325. Okay, which is actually very good. $325.
Okay, last one. I'm not sure this is a question or a statement. Not sure what can be done about, from Jocelyn. Not sure what can be done about people speeding down the road. Real safety concern.
Yeah.
Especially with haphazard parking.
Again, it's the attitude, okay, the civic mindedness of residents. You know, I'm not too sure how I can actually tackle this. Parking wise, I think, you know, the best I can do here, if let's say you do observe that they're not parking properly, or the car or the back of the car just out too much, what I can do here is I can actually create maybe a notice, you know, and if you can just tell me, or you can just come over to my house and can pick up the notice and then put it on the windscreen of the car, all right, to advise them to actually park a bit more, to park more properly lah. Okay, so maybe that's what we can do. I can create some notice. I can share the soft copy, and you guys can just print it out and then put it on the windscreen of the car. All right, so that is maybe my suggestion here. Speeding, I do not know how to tackle speeding. Okay, you just need to, if you know the residents and you have a good relationship with the residents and you realize that he's speeding, just have a quick word with the person. Okay.
Hello, MK. What is your plan to make this BU11 as a guarded community? I know there was some talks that you were applying for MPPJ.
It is really a guarded community. Okay,
sorry, gated community.
Okay, not as far as know, it's the gated status has to be applied by the developer at the very beginning of the project development. When a developer deem a piece of, let's say, property they want to actually develop, they have to apply to the authority that it has to be a gated and guarded community. Okay, so for us, we are only allowed to convert our taman into a guarded community. We can't do it as a gated. Okay, gated has many criteria, because once it's gated, the inner roads are yours to maintain. Okay,
because I see some resident area like SS3. They were never gated nor guarded. But now they have fully converted to a guarded place.
Yeah. We are also guarded. Okay, we are also guarded. We're not gated.
What I mean is gated. Sorry.
I'm not too sure. Unless you can confirm to me that they really have the gated status. Okay, because it's a very different criteria with regards to gated. Guarded, I know, but not gated. I don't think you can convert from an old taman which into a fully gated and gated
because
community.
I go to SS3 quite often, and previously they never had anything like that, but now it's like gated.
No, I think
a bit.
I think it's more. I think it's guarded. Okay, but it may look gated. Okay, because for us it's like we also guarded. It's guarded, but it's not gated. That's all. I think maybe if, let's say, the residents there fully support, then they can have a tighter control and in a sense implement type of a gated community. Okay, but as far as know, it is a guarded, not a gated community. I think they may just have a tighter control, and it may, because of that, it looks like a gated community. Okay. Unless you can confirm for me, you can just go down there and ask the chairman there, are you a fully gated guarded? Okay. If they are able to do it, then share with me, then I'll see how we can actually convert it into a gated. Now, bear in mind, we share roads with Gambira, so it's not that easy, okay? It has to be a joint application. And for us, just to share with you, at Hatiria, we have more residents who are security members as compared to Gambira, okay? So for us to combine into a gated, it may pose some challenges. But first and foremost, Dino, do me a favor. For that place that you've gone to, are you able to talk to the residents or the chairman there and confirm with them whether they are fully gated and gated community? Can you confirm that to me?
The details.
Yeah, confirm that to me. And if it is so, then maybe you can give me the contact and I can deal with him in terms of how do we apply for it. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay, I see more speed bumps. Speed bump along which road? Dennis? I see a
Can you hear me?
Yes,
Can
I
you
can
hear
see
me?
Dennis. Yeah.
I mean, where they speed, I mean, especially you said there was an accident recently with the vans, right? So crucial areas, people hit speed bumps, not good for the car, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, it's open for discussion, but speed bumps definitely will slow down the speeding. I personally try not to go above 20, 30K, but I know a lot of people still speed along the roads. Yeah, so just a suggestion.
Okay.
Probably won't be a popular one, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, on our road, for example, people do still speed, MK, so you know. So, for example, I don't know about the other roads, but definitely on our road, the road 6.
Okay. Road one, as you drive down road 1 after the guard, if I'm not mistaken, there's actually 4 speed bumps. Just three before the school and 1 after the school on the other side. Okay, right. So so road 1 is a major road. Okay, all the inner roads by right, you should not have a speed bump. Okay, the inner roads should not have a speed bump because, in all honesty, I think if I have a speed bump right in front of my house, I wouldn't like it because there are a lot of stop and there are a lot of sound. Okay, all right. So it's not encouraged to have speed bump within the inner roads. Okay. It's just not encouraged kind of thing because I would not want it in front of my house. It's just too noisy kind of thing. We can consider road 7. Road 7, it's also a major road coming in kind of thing. I'm just trying to recall road 7. Maybe road 7, we can look into some speed bumps there. Okay. All right.
What about the road on after, if you come into road 1, the second road, what is that, 1A? Or is it road? The second road on the left, after coming to road 1 is the second road. What road is that?
It's road 1, 1A, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay.
1A, I think. 1A is the one that gets dangerous. Just people like to, for me, I find,
No,
because the cars are
I
parked quite haphazard.
You mean the road? Because
I use 1A quite a lot.
No, you're talking about 1 is actually starting from the guard. It goes all the way down straight and then it turns left. Are you talking about one that runs along the nursery?
It's perpendicular to road 1. What's the road? I have a look at it.
In fact, the road 1 is an L-shaped road, It starts from the guard all the way straight down and then it turns left. So it's an L-shaped road. So are you referring to that?
I think
the second one.
The road after the guardhouse, the second left turn. That goes next to the Padang.
Oh, that's road 3.
Road 3, yes.
That is the
yes,
one
correct. Thank you.
Okay, road 3. Okay, yes. Road 3 has some speed bumps there.
It does,
yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah.
Road 3 has a big speed bump.
Maybe those stickers will come in handy because a lot of some of the cars are parked quite haphazardly, especially when you turn into road 5 or road 6.
Well, like I say, it's the mentality of the residents,
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Unfortunately, BU11 Hatiria, all our houses are 2.5 stories. Okay. So in one household, you can get anywhere between 3 to 5 cars, I think. Okay,
Easily,
so that creates a bit of a parking issue kind of thing. Okay, so unfortunately, we are all rich people here, lah. Okay, all right. Yeah.
Okay,
you have to
time
speak
now
for
is
yourself.
6:09, okay?
Okay, all right,
I think
okay.
we're very close.
Okay, all right. We are now 6:09. That's it, folks. Okay. I'm very happy. I'm very happy that this session has gone very smooth. A big round of thanks to David. Okay, David is our host master. I will do a bit of a plug for David. David is actually a specialist in digital marketing. That's why I had to tap onto his resource to help me host this Zoom meeting. Okay, so anyone who needs digital marketing expertise, go see David. Okay.
MK, what about the election of new committee?
No, that was every 2 years, so it will be next year.
Oh, every 2 years. Okay.
Yes,
Good.
next year. Okay, all right. Oh, you want to join it, Dennis?
No, I don't have time. Thanks.
Oh, you want to take my position?
No. I
You know,
don't
as
have
a committee member, I hope a lot of you come up and start up front. Yeah, because it's a wonderful thankless job.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful and thankless job.
I don't have.
Forget about that.
I don't have a. I don't have a.
It's a wonderful job. Okay, all right. Okay, so anyone, I'm offering my position. You know.
MK, I don't have a beautiful secretary that I can sleep with.
Hey, I have to say something about tell that to your wife, okay, Elaine, okay?
But she's not a secretary.
But it's beautiful, you know? All right, for anyone, Dennis is just 2 houses away from me, okay, all right?
Okay, MK, I think, can you do a close?
Okay, all right, thank you very much. All right, I'm closing now. Okay, propose to brief. Okay, so basically my secretary said, hey, we have to propose to close the meeting. So do we close the meeting, everyone? Yes? Or someone has to propose to close?
Yes.
Who's that? Chu. Okay, Chu, propose. Seconder.
Also Chu.
Okay, not lah.
Michael.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right. Okay, so thank you very much. It has been a new experience doing this virtual meeting.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Good weekend.
Good night. Take care. Yeah.
Yeah, stay safe, everyone. Stay safe, okay? All right.
Okay, committee member, please stay back for debrief. Committee member, please stay back for debrief.
Yes, sir.
Quick.
Well, looks like David is the chairman now, okay?
Yeah, he's right person. Next election we put him in, okay?
I second that.
Okay.
Don't scare him away, Miss Chu. We will ambush him next year.
Are you sure?